It's like October 29th, 2020. I'm just going to do a short video, give you a quick update of all the stuff that we've done with this Ramcharger since last June. It's actually pretty impressive the amount of stuff that I've spent money on with this truck in the past 4 or 5 months. But it really has increased the functionality of the vehicle. I'm going to just kind of go down these things in order of priority of importance, and go over how much I paid for it, and let's get a video up on YouTube. So starting with the LEDs, which I mentioned in the last video. I started putting these LEDs in, but I had a limited supply when with the first vid. So I went ahead and put a red one in back, put a blue one in the passenger area, and I've got a tripod on this, so pardon me as I kind of get down here. I got a white one, and this white LED provides a good amount of lighting in this cab area. It's much cleaner than the older lights, the dingy yellow lights that I had in here. So that kind of helped make this truck look a little bit more current. Okay, number 7 is these. With the first video, you might have remembered that the original console had these shallow circles here, somewhat similar to the square here. You couldn't put anything on there without tipping it over. So I did buy a brand new Dremel tool, and I cut the circles out, and then put the and what those plastic containers are, and they fit perfect, and they fit the cups I use perfectly. Those are frosting containers, and I think that they look fine, except for I do have a little bit of tin foil on this one. The other one came off a lot easier. So yeah, after eating two containers of frosting, which they were about $3 a piece. Dremel tool is about $29, and I did have to buy for $5 some new cutting circles and everything like that. That fix was about $43 or so. So number 6, you'll notice that there is the door panel on the door again. I still have that Ford or Chevy handle on it. Works great. Why change things? Seeing that I can't find a Ramcharger handle. Now, that's actually not true. The Ramcharger handle I did see on eBay, but it was included with 2 door panels, the driver's side and passenger side, for about $450. I'm not going to spend $450 for a door handle. I'm sorry. I don't count that as a fix. I just wanted to mention that door panel is up again, because if you watch the old video, it does show that being off. Okay, well, dang it. I was going to show you my next fix here, and yeah, number 6, which is still okay. It's the radio.
Chicken sandwich. Well, actually it is. But it's also the sound of the debt being paid, because this golden crisp chicken could be...
I got 2 brand new speakers on both sides of the door. They run $35 a piece. The cords, the connectors, they ran me about 10. So I mean, this is an $80 fix, but it's very basic, and it's not a new radio, so that would have made it much more. This radio, the cassette player doesn't work. It's just a radio. But I had an issue just a moment ago where my cigarette lighter is not working. And what I may need to do with that is I'm going to check the fuse to see if the fuse is working. I might have tripped the fuse. and I might need a new fuse for it. I hope that's it. Yeah, because I was going to connect this guy to it so we could play some tunes. The initial reason for this whole deal, where did I put that thing? And now I can't find that thing. Okay, so no, I was going to connect both the GPS and the transmitter just to show you that, you know, we do have a radio working while the cigarette lighter is working, and everything worked in conjunction, which it currently is not doing. So these springs still need to be fixed, by the way. But the last video, I had a problem getting this thing shut without a screwdriver. It now shuts with the assistance of one of my co-workers at my job. But the true fix with this isn't that. The true fix, and I just did this today, is the door latch. I didn't have a door lock for this, but now I do. So gotta do that, and it's secure, which is awesome. Okay, fix number 4 is the where the differential is, or if that I had a local lube guy go ahead and change the gasket and change the fluid out of this rear quarter area here. Now that ended up costing me I think it's about $170. But just a little mention about that, it's not necessarily something that had to be done, especially after what he told me about it. But it's always good that when you pick up a vehicle that you get this done, just in case you got some gears in there that are rubbing incorrectly, and they are developing like metal shavings inside the fluid. So he told me that there was no metal shavings in there, but it's good to know, just as a back thought, peace of mind type deal, that everything is okay in that area. Number 3 is the tires. All brand new tires, including the spare back there. I should mention something here about the front end too. This should have been on the list, because I guess the front end, I don't know if I can get that down in there, had some problems with the rotors, so had to get the driver's side front rotor changed out, and I got 2 new brake pads on the front wheels as well. So I guess we have 9 fixes, not 8. But that's definitely an important one right after the tires. Number 2 is a no-brainer, but it is something I definitely did right after I got the vehicle. Well, after I did the first video anyway. I changed the oil, and then I put in seafoam into the intake, the oil, and the gas. But yeah, I personally changed the oil first time around. I let it go for probably about 100 miles just to get all the gook out of the system, and then I changed the oil again. So I mean, we're talking 10 quarts of oil there, two oil filters, and then the 2 cans of seafoam. But it's all work that I did myself, so it kept that relatively inexpensive. And number one is the radiator. I mentioned before that my vehicle was overheating, between 5 to 10 miles. Now when we changed the cap, the radiator cap, I got a few more miles on that, but the radiator still had to go. So I did order a radiator online. Turned out to be the incorrect fit. Cost me $70 in postage to ship it back. But then I had my local guy here go ahead and change out the radiator, and now I'm able to travel to towns 60 miles away, 90 miles away, and that's a good thing, and that makes this one number one on my list of worthwhile upgrades. But all that upgrading done, we are still not done, of course. Brights still don't work. Gas gauge doesn't work. Gear shift display does not work. So I mean, you can shift gears, but you just kind of have to know what you're shifting it into. The driver's side door, passenger side door still doesn't open. There's no lock there. It does lock from the outside. You have to open up the window, open that from there, which I have to do quite frequently. Because, come on, get me focus here. Because this guy isn't working. This guy isn't working as it needs to. See, this is where it should stop, and it should latch from there. But it goes down further than it needs to, or if it stays right there where it should be, it just bangs against the door. So you have to kind of notch it a millimeter below that. It's a pain when I don't, because sometimes I just cannot shut the door quickly. It takes me about 10-15 minutes to get the door shut, so I tend to use the passenger side door. Let's see, can we see that in there? Yeah. I had to do that because the plastic brace that was in there before did break off, and so now I've got that zip tied the handle rod to the latch, which works fine. It's worked for over a month now, so it's good. Oh. There was a hose coming out from here that went down there and it went to nothing. It was a cut-off hose. It led to an emissions catalytic converter or something, and that can still be restored. I mean, I'd have to have it rebuilt and have a new converter in here and everything, but the emission area can be restored. It's probably a very, very final thing that I ever do to this truck. As you can tell, my gaskets for my exhaust manifold here probably need to be changed out. Spark plugs and its wires probably could use to be changed out as well. Intake gaskets and anything. And then of course the two biggies, you have the rebuilt engine and rebuilt transmission, as the coup de grace, so to say. That would just make this truck amazing. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention too, my driver's side mirror. I had to kind of put up, but with a week in the cold weather, the mirror fell off again. So I have to get that fixed too. Mirror, cigarette lighter, and probably the springs for the back hatch gonna be the next things to be done.